Henry County Commission, Henry County, Missouri, Tuesday, September 30th, 2025, 28th day of the July term. The Henry County Commission met pursuant to adjournment at the courthouse in Clinton, Missouri. Those members present were Jim Stowe, presiding commissioner, Jake Bradley, South District Commissioner, Mark Larson, North District Commissioner, Kelly Mayer, County Clerk. At 9 a.m., Commissioner Stone brought the meeting to order. The minutes from the Thursday, September 25th, 2025 meeting were read. Commissioner Bradley made a motion to approve the minutes. Commissioner Larson seconded motion carried. Expenditures for the following departments were approved to be paid: payroll, road and bridge, jury pay, buildings, grounds, prosecuting attorney, law enforcement, GR, Tri-County Child Support, juvenile office, victims advocate, road and bridge, prosecuting attorney, training fund, inmate security fund, 27th Circuit Treatment Court. Dennis Bowers shared a document for bridge number 400018 Southeast 450 Road Bridge. He had to change some documentation for the state as he had a truck number incorrect. Commissioner Stone signed the documents. 10 a.m. Commissioners held a bid opening for tree removal and trimming services. The bids were open in no particular order. Bid number 1, Complete Tree Care Forestry Production LLC of Garden City, Missouri, in the amount of $21,600. Bid number 2, Hill Tree of Oak Grove, Missouri, in the amount of $20,600. Bid number 3, Coops Mowing and Tree Services of Calhoun, Missouri, in the amount of $17,600. Bid number 4, Price Right Tree Service of Deepwater, Missouri, in the amount of $24,870. Commissioner Bradley made a motion to accept the bid of $17,600 from Coops Mowing and Tree Service of Calhoun, Missouri. Commissioner Larson seconded motion carried with a roll call vote. Larson yes, Bradley yes, Stone yes. Commissioners reviewed and approved senior tax relief applications. Commissioners met with Brad Wilkins from Schindler Elevator Company regarding the repairs needed for the elevator contracts the county is currently under and upping that contract. Commissioner Bradley made a motion to go into contract with Schindler Elevator Company for 5 years for full coverage elevator repair, inspection, and common maintenance. Commissioner Larson seconded motion carried with a roll call vote. Larson yes, Bradley yes, Stone yes. 11:56 a.m. Commissioner Bradley made a motion to adjourn the meeting. Commissioner Larson seconded motion carried.
Corrections?
Entertain a motion.
I'll second that.
Motion been made and seconded to approve the minutes as presented. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried.
Thank you, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Today is the first day of the October term.
Mm-hmm.
Last term of the year.
Yep. Next quarter.
This year's flown by.
Yeah, has it?
Man.
I told Josh that last night. I was like, how did we get to October so fast?
It'll go by quick.
FYI, ServPro sent me a final document. I had, the scale satisfied, strongly dissatisfied, or whatever. I gave them a 5 on there. Impressed with their on-site personnel.
Yep.
So.
Yep. Well.
Sounds like that's a good.
Fair.
Yeah.
That was
They did
speaking
not
highly
get-
of them, really.
They did not get raving reviews from me. The people at the office on the phone were super nice. So they got a good review. I think I gave them an 8. Office
Did you have a bunch of comments?
people were nice. No, I didn't comment anything. I just
You're
filled in the
only as
check
good
box.
as the people that work for you.
That's true.
Oh, did you send a email, Mark Alford, that guy says all right on Friday for commission office up here?
I have not.
You're not up to do that.
How did you know about
'Cause I got an email on
that? Oh.
I think it's the same one you got.
Is it? I told the basement meeting room
I
wasn't
knew.
available.
No,
For
but this
that
one would be
day.
big enough for
That's
what
what I
he's
wanted
wanting.
to make sure
Yeah.
is if they could use this one. If it
That'd
was
be-
good
yeah,
for you guys.
I
I
think
think
Or
we
is
have
it-
to. We can
Yeah.
get that table out there.
Well, she
Huh?
told me it was only like 10 to 15.
10 to
people.
15 and that, maybe 10. You never know. It's just a, he didn't usually have big meetings on it. I'll try to
What's
go
the
with it.
meeting over? I was meaning to ask. Don't know.
Said it's
Well,
some
it's
kind of a
Paul
workshop.
Other than
getting
what it
ready
said.
to run.
Some kind of a workshop is what it
Yep.
said.
Does-
Come in and ask whatever question you want,
Yeah.
because he's getting
What-
ready, he's getting ready to run again,
That makes sense.
He's what?
getting ready to run.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
For the same office or a different?
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah. Senator's
What is
running
it,
around for it.
54th district?
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jim, did you talk to, yesterday?
Huh?
2 days ago, to the city? Did you
Yes,
send
I
it,
talked to Christy.
Christie?
She was all right. It was all right. And then I said, by the way, y'all are going to need to do one. And she didn't tell me anything in, but that'll have to go before it. But she taken all my stuff and she said it sounded good to her. So anyway,
They could just take the one we've got.
I say
Not
couldn't they just
silly.
do a resolution off of the one we've got?
Right, we
Well,
sent them the resolution.
yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Jim
I
got
give
the
them. I give her a
resolution.
copy of all those that you give me, both of them.
Dennis was in yesterday and he said, I was just thinking as I was driving on Booth Road, so I thought I'd stop and ask. He said, the ordinance that you prepared is specifically, let me change that, for Booth Road. It doesn't include the Uric Road because the ordinance says on Booth Roads. Do we need to do one in the exact same for each of the roads?
Well, we'll have to include Kit Cart. I
Either
thought
way.
it was in.
Right, because the
included.
one,
You could
just
just
says-
add it to it.
that's what you
That'd
said,
be-
it
then
either
no.
needs to be added to one ordinance or we gotta do ordinance.
Oh, one thing she wanted, she wants Jake Hand to survey that road. See whether it's in the city limits or not. That's what she's after.
Honestly, probably not a bad idea.
So anyway, I told her, I said, I'll bring it up.
Which road?
Everybody agrees.
I'm
Which road, Jim?
I'm here.
with Kelly.
Well, I understand
Booth,
out here, but which one? Kit Cart Booth or
Booth,
your?
Booth, going down the
Did
north
we,
and south.
I had somebody ask me, cause they're questioning what roads are actually roads, what roads aren't roads.
Oh, boy.
Didn't Dennis did his drive?
I don't know
or
that it's
whatever.
ever been.
He hasn't
I don't know
got
if he's
everything.
finished yet.
I haven't heard, no.
Okay. When he gets done, will we put that all into something?
Hopefully.
The MoDOT.
MoDOT.
No doubt.
and we'll have it.
I think he turns that information into MoDOT and then they send us a road inventory.
Okay.
See what happened? Well, MoDOT started that damn project. Remember that? When was that? When they
I
sent
don't
all
know.
that and we marked everything?
But like Dennis said, any road can be put on our inventory. It's just
It has
whether or
to
not,
the
Meet our
specifications.
specs.
yes,
It's gotta meet our spec, or your specs, whatever you put
to
down.
get
That's the way it is. Now, if they meet,
gas funding.
yeah,
or,
to
uh,
get,
gas
to be able to put on for the county to take over the road, it's gotta have all it done. Some of these roads that they wanna talk about aren't up to speed. And we had big issue out there at Cosizny's dad, when he built that across the road. One road was wide enough, the other road, it's a single lane, wasn't no way to do it. It couldn't be it.
I think we've got one, they're not sure. It's either been taken care of, but it wasn't supposed to be, kind of the same thing.
Yeah,
Actually, Wade called me and asked me about
Who?
Tap. Wade.
Oh yeah,
who's,
Wade, Tap.
who's are,
What's he in? That's maybe Tebow. The one Johnny had was in
Yeah, it's Tebow.
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 Yeah.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was,
Yeah.
yeah, he's Tebow. Did they replace?
see, that's
Yeah.
what,
They haven't yet
but I know some of
That's
that,
what-
replaced Johnny. Yeah,
Yeah, I just heard about him passing the other day.
it's awful. He was a super good guy.
Yeah. Miss Abney was my English teacher.
Really.
Miss Abney Joy.
no, yeah.
Mine too.
Okay,
Yours too, Kelly. I wasn't trying to leave you out. I just had made it through.
And until recently, her daughter was Kimber's science teacher.
Huh.
It was
Yeah.
great because Christy taught. She was gone. Her daughter was gone. I graduated and she came the next year after I graduated. So
I
she taught
forgot.
Josh.
Oh yeah.
And then last year when Kimber went to Wheaton, she taught Kimber. And she was like, "Oh, I've finally done it," you know.
God, I remember Christy in high school.
Yeah. So. But she had taught a parent and a student now. So I
Pretty
think she
awesome.
had right before that. But she went to Clinton this year. She's teaching
That's
over
it.
here.
Yeah.
Great family. Great family.
Very shocking about Johnny. Blew my
but
mind.
there's,
I think it was a surprise.
Yeah.
there's a lot of roads that's
Very
been
much
done
so.
like that over the years. The township just automatically bladed them, just, it starts off just being nice. And then all of a sudden, then now it turns into everything. That's the worst thing. But all I know is for them to be a county road, they have to meet our specs. If they meet our specs, then it's up to y'all whether you approve it or not.
Then you have to get it on the road inventory to make sure we get funding for it.
Yes.
Not just-
So how do we get funding for that?
It has
Turn
to
it
be turned
in.
into MoDOT.
And it's up to them to approve it for funding.
Yeah.
Guessing. Do they come out and inspect it, or just go by what we
Couldn't tell
decide?
ya. I think they just go by
Normally, they go by what we
what you
say.
guys present.
That's what it was. Because now when we had out 100 Road, and that was a big hubbub between the city and the county.
Where this
And then whenever we went out, well, three of us went out and looked at it. And there wasn't nothing. It had to be. I said, you know, what can you say? Everything was done up to spec. And that's what, then everybody agreed. It had to be done. So they accepted. And then we put that mile or whatever it is around on 100 Road to add to it. So they get a car off on
on your
We-
ordinance that we have for Booth Road, if and when we do that. I had a note from Dennis. We need to include Northeast 40, Uric, Kit Carth, and Booth on that. So I'm just gonna keep that here. Just don't let me forget that we need to put other roads on there.
So back to the inventory collecting the gas tax. I mean, I understand we've got the specs it's got to reach to get put on the list, but why couldn't we go through and put all of our roads on that
Oof.
list? I mean, I'm just out of curiosity.
Because
I'm
then you're
like,
gonna be responsible
Yeah, you're
for
gonna be
these
responsible.
roads and roads that, like, marks that they've been taken care of or haven't been taken care of, and we don't know if it's a private or we don't know if it shouldn't be. You don't wanna
Because
be
then it could be a private road,
responsible
and then
for
you
all
go
of
to
that.
working
It's
down the
not worth
road,
the
they say,
money.
"Oh, you're on my property."
The pros, I
perfect.
guess, pros and cons. It's not worth collecting the gas tax on a road that's not up to your county spec,
Nope.
because it's going to take more to maintain. It's if more dangerous if it's a narrow one. There's
Because then you're gonna have to fix the do
unless you
all-
want to bring them all up to county
Get
spec
'em up
and then
to
go
county
for
spec.
it.
Big thing, then you got to get an easement. You got to get an easement out there for the width. That's what always got me. But that goes in. It's grandfathered in when they set the road. When you all accept it, the easement better be set the width.
And I don't think that
And
the
that would be
roads.
25 feet.
Huh?
Or it's 50.
That'd be
'cause everybody
25 to,
on
from the
each
center.
side, yeah.
I don't think
50
the
foot
road
easement's what
specifications
we
have always
asked.
been the same. I
Right, and
don't
we've
think that it's always been. So your roads out there don't all match. They've not always been the same.
Yeah.
and so I
I don't
know
know
we're
that it's
collecting on
worth.
some roads that are narrower than others, but it's.
See,
I
that's
didn't
it.
know if it was
You go down and
making
leave.
it harder
Hey,
than what it's worth.
when you
Yeah.
get in Leesville and some of them that's been old counties,
I mean, I can
I
understand
can't figure out
private
how
roads
they even
because
got a road
private,
out there. Some of them.
I
but
know Springfield's got some, but
Yes,
you're
sir.
lucky.
And
I
there's
know
another one.
where Chase lives. There's barely enough room to get a 5-foot brush hog down the
Yeah.
side,
Yeah.
and you can't because there's a ditch, so you can cut. Because he was
That's
like,
right.
"How come they're only cutting about a
Yeah.
foot?" And I'm like, "Because they can't
Yeah.
get a brush hog."
Yeah.
out."
right.
But anyway, that's your problems with old townships. Then when the problem I see is then you have people out of the city come down and buy property. Well, they're used to, we always had it like this. Well, it's not like this down here. You can't just go out and, well, we're gonna change it all because you don't have all that easement. Because even the cities up in Kansas City, they have their easements.
Well,
I
you-
think if
you
we
gotta
were
get their
county form of
permission.
government,
Otherwise, that's like
We-
eminent domain.
That's right.
we
Taking the,
possibly could do
Yeah.
that. I mean, I think if we were county form,
Huh.
then the county would be responsible. And
That's right.
Since we are township form,
The
we're going to
township.
say that's a county road. Now you have more responsibility, and
Yeah.
you understand what I'm saying. I don't think you would make your townships very. And some townships,
Well, it'll be
Don't
people
even-
you don't want. I mean, that's the same.
I'm not saying that.
Well,
I'm
No,
saying
No,
some townships don't have the ability to take care of the roads
capability.
that they have.
right.
Yeah, they
right.
can't even
And
take
add
care of
more
it.
on it.
And so if
Yeah.
we start adding more on,
Yeah.
it's not, we're saying us, the county, are adopting more roads. You now have more roads. You're now responsible. You don't have much
Yeah.
more money. You know what I'm saying? If we were county form, I could see that being maybe a plus eventually.
Yeah.
But since we're township,
Well, I mean,
I don't.
I'm gonna spin off of yours here for a second, Mark, and a lot of it is because of the issue I'm going on in Osage Special. There's not much easement on the road, so I don't know if that could actually be turned into a public road.
Right.
But if it could, it would eliminate all this. I mean, the worst part is it's
Mhm.
only 2/10 of a mile that we're talking about. I'm sure you're getting pennies for it.
Mm-hmm.
And somehow
But,
then you got to fix it.
Right. And I'm not going to say that the road is all that bad and that people are relatively happy whenever the road's being maintained. I just didn't know if this is a way to
It's-
eliminate issues.
It's a catch-22 because I agree with you with that. The only problem that I foresee is if we do his 2/10, she's going to call and say, "I want my 2 miles."
Right. Yeah.
And now you're like,
Right.
Well, then
But
that's.
I agree with
Yeah.
you. It would be nice to be able to,
Because they can go up and
because
fill it
you're
out.
just slowly
Yeah.
solving problems that you're not going to have to address later.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
Or
yeah,
we'll
I
be
get it.
able
Yeah,
to
I
address because
understand
it'll be
it
ours.
too.
Yeah.
But like I said, as we set now, the form of government that we have, I just don't see
It'd be
that it
tough.
would be
It would be.
beneficial. But I'm with Mark. We live in 2025. Ooh, they got that. Now I want
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
Exactly,
understandable. I
And
get
it
it.
wouldn't feel
Yeah.
very fair as a taxpayer
Right.
for you to say, "Oh, but you're on a private road." Okay, but so are
Right.
they.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I guess my question should be: is there a way to limit it?
Limit.
Right.
Mhm.
To do
Also would be a
That might be
bad
getting
undertaking.
deeper than what we should be.
Right,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
those are
Yeah.
property
The money.
owned by the property owners.
That's just it. You've got to, because at that point, to get that easement, if one person gives it to you and the other doesn't, then you get into an eminent domain
Right.
situation.
That's a
And
property
that-
owner situation.
I mean, it's
Don't wanna go
it's a
there.
bad deal all the way around. I mean, it
Yeah.
is. It's hard to figure out.
And there are so many private roads in this county.
Yeah.
I'm
Especially in
learning
your
more
section.
and more every day.
I didn't think I had hard.
Lucky you.
Down there by the lake when they were like, yeah, that's where I want my driveway. Okay,
Yeah.
bulldoze it in and put in a private road.
Mhm.
Okay,
Amazing how that happens.
Ken,
Well, Dr. Scott.
we're ready for you.
Right, so I got a couple things I want to visit with you all about. First, I think that we've corrected the addressing problem in Google. Chuck Fields, our IT guy, took it upon himself. He said, "I think I know somebody at Google. I think I can make this work." 5,400 addresses, and he got with them. And what was happening was that whatever we were sending, it was the wrong form. You know, we had been told, well, we got to hit everybody at 4 digits instead of 3. Turns out that whatever form they were sending it in was wrong. We figured out which form to send it in. And I believe, as far as I know, they've all been corrected. So, a handful of people I knew whose address would not map correctly under Google now are. So, we think that it's been done. He didn't charge us anything. We were able to get him to just do that. He helped us out. And but I encourage you, if you run across people or hear of someone who thinks their address is not mapping correctly to Google, and that's the UPS and FedEx and all that stuff, go ahead, first have them try it again.
Yeah.
Because we may have it fixed. If you find some that are not, let me know or let Jennifer know at 911, and we'll see what we can do. It's possible there's still a handful that aren't right. But as I checked Galen Carter's, he maps straight to his house now. So we may have fixed that at no cost, thanks to Chuck Field. So
And that's what I was
Yeah,
visiting with you over.
yes,
Correct.
same thing. And,
Yeah.
and our subcontractor, we've been told we needed. Well, they won't do it because they're not all 4-digit addresses,
Bull.
and that would have been expensive.
Right.
I didn't tell you. We were prepared to pay half of that cost.
I was still getting into it. I was feeling everybody
Yeah.
out.
Oh, he was one sneaking into under the covers.
Not under the
You guys
covers,
admit
but
that there would have been a political price to pay.
Yeah.
Some people had their addresses changed. They weren't happy.
Yeah.
And now to go back and tell someone they're going to get to change them again
Wouldn't
would
have
have
been
been a fire
Wouldn't have been
station.
good.
So it's better this way. And actually, I'm not sure the 4 digits would have worked anyway.
okay.
Chuck worked with us a lot. He's done a lot of stuff for us, and I wanted him to get the credit. He did it on his own. I was talking to him, and he said, "No, I know some people at Google. So I think you guys can make that. I can fix that."
That's great news.
It's wonderful, and it saved somebody $50,000.
Yeah. Say that's like money too.
So I think we got
Went
that
in
done,
with
but I encourage you all, if you ask people around, is your address, or have you checked
Yeah.
it lately, and it's still not mapping correctly, let us know, and we'll see what else we can do to get done.
Okay.
Who's the person that lives across from Bill Price over there on the hill, where and the ambulance couldn't get to him, had the wrong address.
Lloyd's?
Huh?
Lloyd's?
I don't
You
remember
talking
his
52
name.
highway over there by Windsor?
Yeah, one of them was sick, and they come
The
down.
house
and-
past Lloyd's.
I-
Which
It's,
one?
it's on the left. It's the older one.
Well, that'd be John's parents. Yeah.
Well, this was back up. They made a new road going back up to it on the hill. I'll have to call to Bill Price.
I don't know who lives there.
I'll ask him because he knows the people and he could do it. That'd be another good one to check.
Now, our dispatchers have always been able to locate the houses. It was
Yeah.
UPS, FedEx, and other people using Google, including mail carriers.
Yeah.
And the ambulance, when they used Google, we kept arguing with them. Tell us the address, we'll tell you how to get there. Don't rely on Google. I think Google works now. Since I'm
Yeah.
here, since I don't see a lot on the agenda, I'll also, in case you all aren't aware of how we got all these private roads, since I heard you mention it. When we readdressed everybody, one of the principles of National 911 is to have a single residence, have a house number for each residence.
Right.
There were roads, driveways that had more than one house on them. So our standard is to go through and make that a private road, so that you could number houses, however many there are, on that long driveway. There were a couple of people who were fighting about where their address were. The old addressing from the assessor was the point in the middle of the property. 911 uses addresses at the point on the road where an emergency vehicle would enter the property. So in some cases, if you're on the corner, we want the driveway, and that's the way we did it. That puts your address on whatever road that driveway is on. There were people who, using the old assessor stuff, had an address on the other road, but they didn't have a driveway off of that road. And there was one or two people that were,
They got upset.
they were raising hell, and I said, that's fine. I said, you put whatever number you want, but the ambulance won't be able to find it. And I think one guy built a new driveway
Yeah.
off the road where he wanted his address. And I said, fine, if you got a driveway, we can put it there, but we can't put your address on a road that they don't have access to. So,
Right.
so we kind of went through that, and that's how we got to a few more private roads than we had. Any questions about that? Okay, so then I want to talk to you a little bit about the movement out of the old jail. We've completed moving our radios. The cost is going to be somewhere around $70,000. Next to the tower we built. This is all Clinton Police, Clinton Fire radios. And we had those radios inside the old jail. And when we needed to evacuate that, we needed a place to put them. So we brought in a telecom building. That's now in place. They're busy building the fence line. And we have, our subcontractor has moved the transmitters out of the jail into the new building. We got it powered. So we no longer have any connection with the old jail. Our stuff's out.
Okay.
We also moved the emergency management transmitter. He didn't know he had. The boys were there, and they moved it, and I walked in there, and I said, what's that for transmitter for? We got fire, what's that? We don't know, it was hooked up, and it's a radio trick, so we moved it. We got one built. So I called the emergency manager. I was hoping he'd hear this morning.
Maybe down at his office.
And I said, "What is this?" They had an emergency management frequency. I think. So
Okay.
I said, "What is it?" He says, "Well, I don't know. We've got everything at the courthouse." You ready? Yeah. So I called my subcontractor. I said, "They say they got the radio. They don't have that courthouse. They don't have an antenna down. He's got a controller that talks to his transmitter."
Oh.
So anyway, we moved his transmitter. It's still hooked to our tower, and he offered to pay me something for the electricity. I said, forget that. We got to light the building. Come on. And so we have 3 transmitters in there. Still got room for some more stuff, I guess. That should be secure. It does not have power backup. Our transmitters have extra size batteries that last about 8 hours. Loss of power. And so you guys have a big agenda. I can explain this other 2. Okay, so I will. I don't want to take up.
We
No,
haven't got anything else going. You're it today. Got the floor.
So we recently upgraded all the radios to digital P25. It's cleaner, it's more direct, it's state of the art, as opposed to analog. It also messed up most people's scanners. You can still scan them. It's a $500 scanner, and the frequencies are not a secret; they're public frequencies. You may have heard some people complaining they can't scan it anymore. They can't without the right kind of scanner. And we upgraded this Clinton Fire, Clinton Police, Henry County Sheriff, and the hospital's ambulance emergency services. Our radio system operates on towers on 5 spots in the county. We built a 200. Stop me if you guys know all this stuff. I don't wanna
Go ahead.
We built a 200-foot tower here in Clinton, 200-foot tower at Highwater, 200-foot tower at Urick. We also have antennas on the water tower at Montrose, which covers Montrose and Deepwater, and the water tower at Windsor. And with those 5 towers, we cover the county. The sheriff's frequency is one of the frequencies that's simulcasting. We now hook those sites with microwave setups. Simulcasting, if you don't know, is when they used to have this problem, particularly around that time. When the deputy's out or anybody's out, keys up their radio, it used to have to come back to Clinton to this tower. Now, any of the 5 towers that hears that frequency will pick it up and repeat it. So we can hear it, and so can anybody else. So the deputy in Windsor can be heard easily by the deputy in Urick, for example, because it's repeated simulcasting. So the sheriff's frequency is simulcasted, the ambulance frequencies are simulcasted. Clinton Fire and Clinton PD just have a 1 tower, and to be honest, City of Clinton, that's their territory, so they don't need. We did get P25 upgrade, but they don't. When we did that upgrade, we sent our subcontractor in. We went to the FCC. We got a 3rd frequency assigned. That we have transmitters for, that currently is operating across those 5 towers. My concept was that someday, soon, if you guys can manage it, we'll have a county fire department, and they can use that frequency. In the meantime, however, we program that frequency. Clinton Fire has it. Actually, Clinton Police, the deputies, and the ambulance radios all have that frequency they could tune to. So that frequency is available to them. The sheriff uses it pretty routinely now when he's out on the highway with the MoDOT thing, stopping every 4th car on 13 or whatever it is, running licenses. So they get onto that frequency, which leaves their normal frequency available for their normal stuff. Our rules are, we own that frequency, we control the radios, but our rules are that in the event of the fire service needs that we'll ask them to pull the air and give it to them. We only have Clinton Fire is the only fire department currently that has portable P25 radios that can use that frequency. It takes a P25 portable. We don't buy portable radios. We buy transmitters, provide the dispatching. We don't buy portable radios for anybody. So they have to generate the money to do that. I think somebody, I don't know whether it's Tightwater, Calhoun, got some money. And I think they even have a process of converting their mobile. Now they still have their own frequency and their own little tower, which we also can talk to from Clinton. We have another tower, we'll call Yagi, where we can talk to Fire, whatever, on their frequency. But Calhoun then has this new frequency programmed into their radios. And if they needed to, they could turn to that and use that. I guess part of the concept, and so could Clinton, so that if they're doing some big deal somewhere, some more remote part of the county, they can all be on that frequency and talk to each other. And that would, until the rest of the rural fire departments get that P25 equipment, it probably won't be used that much. And actually, Clinton Rural Fire they usually stay on their own frequency, the regular city frequency. But so that's available, and which leads me to say, if we lose power on Clinton Police, Clinton Fire for more than 8 hours, and we can't restore the power, we can ask them to switch to that frequency in their vehicles. And now they have a frequency that'll work in Clinton, also works across all 5 towers. So that's kind of a backup that's in place. So that upgrade cost us $250,000, I think.
Hmm.
And so I guess that's what I'm saying.
It sounds like you're prepared for the going forward if and when.
You know, we've tried pretty hard. You all, I think Tombstone knows, we built that building. It's a F5 tornado resistant
Yeah.
glass is all bulletproof glass. And we did that partly because we have a lot of young ladies who sometimes have estranged husbands. We want them to feel safe. But the old place over in Lincoln, they had a tornado shelter out back of the building. So when the tornado was coming in, they had to leave the radio and go into the shelter. This particular building is probably one of the safest in Clinton. So no matter what's going on outside, they should be comfortable in staying there and doing their job. And so that's how we did that. We put in a geothermal system, and I don't know if that's a good idea or not. At the time, it seemed like a good idea. A little difficulty with it, but it's working. And we recently, I don't know, last year, we added solar panels to the top to lower our electric bill.
How's that working?
It's working fine. I mean, it hasn't eliminated the bill.
Yeah.
It's cut way down. And those things don't have any moving parts. Once you get them, they just do their thing. And at that time, we haven't quite got the money yet. I keep thinking the feds are going to cut it off. We think they're going to pay for 30% of that. It's not that we put that in the budget, but it would be nice if we did it. And so that's of course no good as a backup with a power loss.
Right.
Solar panels, unless you have a battery, don't do anything.
No.
Power loss. But we have a generator runs on natural gas for that purpose. So that building should be, we hope, fairly resilient. Those of you that haven't seen it, it's not a very big building. We've got a space where the directors meet, where the dispatchers can do some testing, and it could be used for a place for people, officials to gather in the event of a disaster.
Right.
Emergency management. You can move.
That was the original concept,
Yeah.
because the old place, there'd be something going on.
Yeah.
So you'd have the fire chief and the police, and they'd stand over the shoulders of the dispatchers, want to know about this and want to know about that. I said,
Put them in another room.
out.
Eliminate that.
They got a room that's separate.
It's a nice building.
They
Yeah.
haven't actually,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's ever been used for that.
Yeah.
Didn't they?
So,
Yeah.
So yeah, we tried to anticipate. We have 4 dispatching stations, trying hard to get 3 dispatchers on the shift, and we can't always get that done. Turns out that it's just a tough job.
Yeah.
Talk about multitasking, it's tough. And it takes a certain personality, and I keep telling them, go hire some teenage gamers, because they'd probably be good at it. And we do that. 1 or 2 of them working for us.
Yeah.
But it's hard to find those folks. And but we have space for 2 more dispatching stations. We don't have the furniture. We have the room to add that. The server rooms and all that would support a total of 6 if we got to the point where we need that. We also dispatch for Pettis County ambulance when they're in Henry County. And we got one of their costs, they put in the transmitter, we can talk to them. And we've got an MOU signed, Highway Patrol and the sheriff, up to the sheriff, but the last couple of sheriffs have been agreeable to put the sheriff's frequency in the Highway Patrol zone cars. But my son's a highway patrolman. He currently is assigned to the Federal Marshal Task Force, but when he was zone commander at Cass County, I was aware of some of the things that Cass County doesn't play well with patrol, at least it didn't. So we have the sheriff's frequency put in the zone cars, and what that does is that's good for taxpayers, because if the patrol is going out to Iraq, sometimes they want to know, well, is the wrecker on the way, is the ambulance on the way? They used to have to call Lee Summit. Lee Summit would have to call us. We tell Lee Summit the answer, then Lee Summit would call the trooper back. Tell him. By having that frequency, they can turn to that and talk to our dispatcher directly, and they do that. They do that pretty often. The other time that happens, I think, is when they're in some kind of a chase or something. They want to know where the stop sticks are, or, you know.
Right.
So they're talking to deputies. They're talking to each other, and they're not running through, having to go through Lee Summit, which was
Time.
difficult time. So that's been a good thing. Our patrol's agreeable with that, and the sheriff's been agreeable with that, and I think the taxpayers benefit by that.
Perfect.
Of course. So, anyway, I guess that we don't charge for what we do. We operate on a sales tax
Yeah.
and no property tax, and we could charge. When the city of Clinton sued us, I threatened to start charging. Some 911 centers charged by the amount of calls or whatever. County government and Clinton city government, to some degree, a small degree, the hospital used to fund before that sales tax was passed. So I guess my concept is the sales tax, that's the taxpayers, they're paying for it. And so a lot of that sales tax comes from Clinton, justifies the separate radio tower for Clinton emergency services. But anyway, we view those agencies as our clients. It's our job to keep them happy, and we try very hard to do that. So
Y'all have done a lot of it.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable what it used to be back years before 911.
everything changes, everything
Yep.
evolves, you know.
Yeah.
Times change and stuff changes.
And you got the address fixed.
I think so. I believe we have.
That's probably.
Yeah. Oh man, that was.
Oh,
some people
that's a
couldn't get
headache.
their medicine delivered.
Oh yeah.
It's been a
Brian,
deal.
Yeah, it is.
UPS
It's a
could-
bad
I had to go to the
situation.
post office. That last post just got to be so bad that we'd have to go through Kansas City and St. Louis. We have to go to our bosses. She was just impossible to deal with. Now they got a new guy who I think, but they're rural carriers. You know, different carriers, different days.
Yeah.
Didn't know that John Smith always lived in this house, and so they
So
were
you use
using
Google.
and it was a mess for them.
Yeah.
No doubt
Yeah.
about it. It's been, so, anyway,
Well,
I
I'm
think we
tickled you
have-
got it
Say
straighted
that would
out.
be a world of help for the community.
I think we have. If you hear someone
Yeah.
that has tried recently, still won't act correctly, please let us know. I promise.
You can tell Chuck.
Well, it's not a
thank you.
good start. Yeah.
Send Chuck out.
That's a big figure.
Yeah.
You can tell
Yeah, no,
Chuck
that was
too.
great help.
You'll have any questions about 911, our operation, or how we spend our
Yeah.
money?
You answered all my questions when you took me through the tour of the place. That was awfully
Well,
informative.
I think it's operating the way I think it should.
Have you ever been to it, Mark?
We painted it before they moved into it.
Yeah, but I mean while it's running.
Just
It's
They
quite the
moved in.
process.
Out there.
the very first, second day, I
Yeah.
walked through it, but it wasn't really,
Anytime, we'd be glad to show you what we got.
that'd be great.
And the radios I
Interesting.
speak of, the transmitters are duplicated. I say you're those are identical transmitters at all those 5 sites. It's the same radio. It's 5 times the cost.
And what did you call it? Those mobile
P25.
P25.
It's digital radio as opposed to analog. P25 acts a little more like your cell phone.
Okay.
The downside is that the analog, you get farther and farther away, you kind of intermittently hear stuff. With digital, it's clear until you're too far and it's gone. There is no, that's the downside of digital. But generally, it's clearer and it's what everybody's doing.
Well, most
Stuff
of-
is not scrambled. I've never thought scramble was a good plan. And there is no interagency cooperation. And I've seen several times where a scramble frequency. Cass County is big on scrambling. I think some of the city stuff. Mark is a huge conglomerate that is owned by, well, I shouldn't say that, but has a close relationship with the radio seller up there. And, they have some, scrambling that goes on. When they had the manhunt down here, when Officer Michaels was killed, they had surrounding people, and including Highway Patrol radio guys who had a portable trailer with them, and they came and looked around. They said, "Hey, if we can use one of those desks, we just shouldn't be in here using your stuff." And so everybody used that except Cass County. They had to send their own van because their stuff was scrambled. So when their people found something that somebody else needed to know, it had to go to their dispatcher in their van, who would then call our dispatcher to relay it to everybody else. And that's the problem with the scrambled stuff.
Seems time.
Time consuming.
Yeah.
A lot of times you don't have time.
My question for the changing of the radios, how about the ones that are still digital? Are they going to have to soon change over to the new setup, or will they work together?
No, wait, the new ones are digital, P25. Analog is the old.
Sorry,
Yeah.
the analog. Anybody that's still on analog going to digital.
Okay, so like the Windsor Fire.
Okay.
Windsor Fire is analog. We dispatch them. We talk to them. They can't talk to the sheriff anymore
No.
because he's P25.
Okay.
And that's been a real problem for Uri. They can't talk to the ambulance anymore. What we told them, because they end up going out as first responders
Right.
a lot. What we've told them is, okay, tell our dispatchers, and our dispatchers will relay to the ambulance what kind of a patient report before the ambulance arrives is what they were excited about. I don't have an answer for that. They're
Okay.
gonna have to find the money to get their P25 stuff. Their radios work just like they always did. We can talk to them just like we always did. But they can't talk directly to the sheriff or the ambulance anymore because now they're P25.
Okay.
Are they pretty pricey? P25s? The radio, I'm
Actually
sure.
not. You're gonna buy a new portable
Yeah.
radio.
Yeah.
The P25s are not, I mean, I don't know, I think the analogs are like P3000,
No,
the
but,
P25s are 5. I mean, in the scheme of things,
Right.
that's not terrible.
No,
Plus,
no.
it's, it's,
But the
electronic.
hand, the
Same
P25,
way, P25 portables would be
is-
just like the mobiles, you gotta get P25s.
Yeah.
They just had a big splurge. The Clinton Fire got some money to buy some P25
mhm,
mobiles, a grant.
Yeah, okay.
And
Okay.
we, by law, 911 has to answer the 911 calls. We are not mandated to do the dispatch. Which was the discussion I had with Mayor Lowe and those people when they decided they were going to sue us. I said, we don't have to dispatch. You can do your own dispatch. We have to answer the call. And we can transfer it to your dispatcher.
Let's
It would cost them an easy $250,000 a year to maintain. And some Police Summit has separate dispatching for fire and police. But we're doing it. We've done it. It's the taxpayer money that funds it. It's all the taxpayers that benefit by it.
Right.
So I think it's reasonable to do.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Here's some of your clients.
Clients, I was talking about. I missed it.
Yeah.
I was trying to sneak in, just in case. Too bad. That's
Yeah.
sure, of course. I told him how well you work with zone cars. Got the frequency. Awesome.
The taxpayers benefit
Yeah.
by that cooperation.
Yep. Do they know about the addressing?
You know, we fixed the address. Yes. I think that truck.
Yeah.
Yep. I
Okay.
believe that in
All right.
meetings.
I was gonna asking people if they know someone who
Yeah.
says their address doesn't have correctly on Google, let us know.
Check.
Yeah, put Chuck on it, see if you can. Yes,
Yeah.
it's below.
Okay.
Okay,
Sounds
Thank you.
great.
all right, thank you.
Appreciate
you.
it. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All
All right. He's getting caught up.
I was.
Would you like to have his job?
I unless you need it, unless you have a fancier copy. I did print it off.
I would assume it's the same. How are we?
Beautiful day.
Are you guys ready for us?
Yeah.
Kelly's over there typing.
I'm just keeping up with what's going on
So
here.
this is the Blue Shield grant.
Yeah.
Once again, thank you guys for doing that. We're trying to get this going. Not all sheriff's offices apply for this, so anyway, they approved it just yesterday, the 50,000, and then this is just the award agreement.
Mm-hmm.
I think it just requires Mr. Stone there on the bottom of that first page, and then
Initial all of them. Y'all want to look at it?
apparently there's like I think there's like 4 things that we have to do to finalize the grant, which
Yeah.
is the signature. We already took the class on it. And we're gonna wait for that certificate and any amendments to it, which we don't have. I'd say probably in a couple of weeks, they'll finalize it in the system, and then we'll be able to make the purchases. So we'll probably ask in the budget amendment to get the 50,000 into our line item for the grant line item. That way we make sure that.
Do you know the expected date of, or when they're gonna send it?
Just in, sorry.
The money do you know when they're gonna? Just curious. When the $50,000, you have to receive.
No,
You got to do the paperwork.
so yes,
Expected. It's expected to be received this year.
yes, it's reimbursements.
Oh, okay.
So yes, like we can officially buy something today, and then it has for reimbursement from it.
So it's reimbursement based.
Yeah. So the money would come out now.
Does that come up today or forward or?
It started October 1st.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's why they sent this
All right,
out yesterday. So we got it on the agenda today.
Yeah. Okay.
I would expect it to be fully in the system as reimbursable within the.
Yeah.
It's just a paperwork thing now. So yes, to say that we would use all 50,000 this year, no. And if we need to wait until January 1st, that's fine too.
Well, I didn't realize it was a reimbursement based
All of ours are.
situation.
Yeah, we don't. I've never got a grant yet, but they just give it to you. That's all reimbursable so far. Yeah. So I don't have a preference on that. We need to wait too because the budget.
I think we can add that safely. I'm working on that later today, so I'm making a note to add that.
How's everything else going?
Not bad at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're really chugging along. We have a couple other grants. They're still pending. They probably won't be the rest of this year, I guess. We're getting one for body cameras, 25,000. One other, the deputy supplement, which is finally done, so we should be getting those. We got inundated with stuff this week. But we're gonna start working on the reimbursements for the deputy supplement, which is nice. Yeah, chugging right along. Nothing, yeah, we're working on our end of the month. We'll have that up next week and kind of get the layout. We had our kitty yesterday. Speak out with you. Let's not speak out anymore.
When that
Well, it's called something else. It used to be Speak Out.
Yeah, yeah, that's the only thing I've ever known it as.
Yeah, it's cold.
Community outreach? Yeah, the podcast was,
Okay.
it was kind of neat. We always talk about different things and bring in different traditions every month. So yesterday or this week, he
Yeah.
pulled some numbers. I wonder kind of where we stand on all of our stuff, and our numbers were crazy. I didn't bring those, but we'll bring them next week. But obviously, our reports are a little over 1,100, which is
Just under 800 last year for the entire year. Great.
So you brought that up at the last meeting, the
Yeah.
numbers.
yeah, which a lot of it we talked about it.
155 for total rest last year, and we're at 300 this year.
Hmm.
So productivity, that's
So you're already at those numbers that you was at last year, I believe.
We don't really look at the numbers all. We do, but we don't share them often.
Mhm.
But yeah, all those, we ought to share that. Well, we're always gung ho. We try to do the best. We expect the best. Our expectations are high.
That's-
Yeah.
I got a copy.
We always need to, when you see those kind of numbers now, it's like, we need to make sure our employees are doing good.
Right.
That's that workload.
This
is massive.
Yeah.
I'd like to share our foundation. I can talk all day about our office, but our foundation did some really cool stuff. Thank you. Thank you guys.
Yeah.
Did some cool stuff. So we had that foundation dinner and fundraiser, and that was our first ever event. And we were able to raise a good amount of money. So the foundation board decided to put together a relief fund. So the goal behind that was if any staff members having a hard time, it's a $250 check, no questions asked check. So if you're having a hard time, you just do a little letter or form, just real minimal detail.
Yeah.
And then the foundation will give you a check. And we've had 2 employees that have used it. One had a hot water heater, and the other one that went out and didn't have immediate funds to cover it. And the other one had some medical stuff. So it was really neat. The
That is
foundation
neat.
put that to work. So they allotted half of the budget, over $6 grand, just for the relief. So it was really cool. And then cool to see staff. So,
Yeah. It's getting good use out of it, sounds like.
we were also able to go over to Kansas. Wyandotte, Kansas. They had an officer that was killed, so our foundation wrote a check to the family, and they had a really cool deputy meeting. It was his name, like a family line in the center of it. It was 3D printed. They were blown away by that, and they were actually hand delivering that to his wife. So it was really cool for us to go over there and visit with Wyandotte. We got to tour the facility. Their staff took us out to eat. They have a FOP over there for Fraternal Order of Police.
Oh,
It's like the bargaining tool. Really cool group. But they took us out. They were really touched by it. You know, they got checks from all over the places, but like nobody actually visited us like you guys did and we delivered stuff. So it was really cool.
That's neat.
It's nice to see how others operate. We plan on doing that anyway going around Missouri and visiting with sheriff's offices, but to hear others' philosophies, to see their operations, to talk to their staff, it gives us better insights what we need to do better too. So really cool stuff.
Good.
Yeah.
Foundation's really opening doors that we didn't even know we could have done. So Arm & Hammer, yeah. The foundation reached out to Arm & Hammer. Our pantry there, the most common things that are gone are laundry detergent, cleaning supplies, paper towels, toilet paper, stuff like that. So the foundation monitors our pantry, and they said, well, these are gone really fast. So they reached out to Arm & Hammer, told them what they were doing, and they sent down 3 pallets full of laundry detergent.
Really?
Wow.
A lot. That's a lot of laundry.
So we always go around the office.
That's what they
You ought to
need.
start a cleaners
There's
over
no
there.
reason for you to stink now.
I can figure out.
Yeah.
You could have cleaners.
No reason.
There's usually always a reason.
sub it all the time.
That's it.
So it's pretty cool. Our staff are using that too.
Yep.
Good stuff.
Okay. Thanks.
It's going to that second topic.
Yeah, second Tahoe came in. We're waiting 2 more weeks maybe.
Next week it'll be, I believe it's next week. It's going to be striped and
Straps.
out and striped, ready to go. So
It's
that's
paid for.
exciting.
Okay,
Both
that
canines
looks
are Tahoes.
Good.
Yeah, awesome.
It is real nice. Our 2 canine cars, we're gonna keep one of them as a secondary and get rid of the other one. They're boy. They're bad.
They are.
We keep putting them
Yeah, they're
260 something miles. 1,000.
the second, branch came out of it. It's
Rough life.
it's
Yeah.
it's
Huh?
tired.
It works, but I say it's a nice agency too.
Hmm.
Anyway, great stuff to talk.
Good
It's in
deal.
Great shape.
Yeah.
Looks
Good.
really so both dogs are well taken care of. It's
Yeah.
amazing to
Oh,
see.
yeah.
I think I may have said that, but thank you for the doors.
Yes.
I don't know how many
Yeah,
community
Grand
members
Rapids.
commented on that. Very professional. They did. They sanded them down and repainted them, and it looked like it's a brand new door. You can tell the difference between that it's used. So,
Good.
so much enough that we have had several people like, have we thought about doing the rust? It's fantastic. So yes, that project. I tell you guys, it's just the simplest things that make
Yep.
people happy. And our
That whole front
citizens.
view was
It's the
beautiful.
whole
It
front.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes a lot of difference.
It is.
Anything you guys? Any other questions or issues? We like those two.
No, I haven't heard.
Somewhere in your all's files over there, do you have prints or of the first phase of the y'all have over there already?
I apologize. I thought I sent those.
I got the second phase, but I don't have first phase.
I thought I did.
I thought if not, I'll get those. But I
I
thought
don't
sent
think-
those.
I got it.
Well, let me clarify. First phase. So the second phase is the Justice Center.
Yeah, the first
is
phase
our
would be
office.
what you guys have and the jail.
So I think
I'm
on that
guessing.
one, I see what you're saying. So the email has, phase one is what they originally going to build. And then what they actually did is not on there.
Okay.
So you'll notice like my office is in the very front of the sheriff's office.
And your
this
actual
room is twice the size as it is now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he sent them on August 28th.
I was gonna say, I thought so.
I see phase 2 with the judicial offices and stuff on here. So
I got those, but I
Is
just
phase one on that first page? By chance?
No, it just says phase 2, first floor and second floor.
We'll get
That's
it
what they
some-
said.
yeah, that's what I've got now. Just trying to get something to compare by.
No, that's good. You know, we drove by yesterday and it just kind of, I don't know, it hit me. It's usually, I can't say that. It's usually when I'm in the bathroom. I always text him, I got an idea.
Ah,
It's live, whatever.
Thoughts come across.
Every
Yeah,
time,
that's
every
thinking.
time he hits down that hall, I'm like, something's gonna
I
pop.
did.
And have my
Yeah.
phone handy.
yeah.
Some kind of great idea.
Text message is okay. Phone call,
Yeah.
no, that's a
Yeah.
different story.
I take those two. The Schreiber plant over there.
Yeah.
I think he had moved out.
I guess he's gone.
Yeah.
He closed up.
The
What they
water
wanted.
sprinkler system
I mean,
issue.
that was.
Oh, we're talking the auction.
Yeah, or
service.
Chase
Yeah.
Crawford's. That was terrible in the city. I just can't believe they
He did a
didn't
good
try to
job.
work around
I wish
because
he was-
nobody's over there half the time. I mean, he has
I
two
know
or
that's
three
not
people.
ideal, but that is a huge piece of property.
Now it's just
What are you thinking?
That's a
Justice
huge
Center.
free department.
I mean, it's not ideal. We would like something attached to the sheriff's office for obvious reasons, security, inmate transfers. You just walking down a hallway, but that is just a massive. We talked about if you just even purchase the one southern section, you could turn that into a
Yeah.
parking lot. But then you'd have employees walking across the street. I don't know. 50
big
yards
things
maybe.
tearing it all down.
Well, yeah. I mean, there's a price to pay for.
That's
obviously the building.
I'll
the
tell you, that
property
whole-
and to tear it down.
see after
It's a massive loss.
Spence went through and
Yeah.
pulled all the electrical out. Done a lot of that. He just ruined that building.
You probably get more bang for your buck keeping it. I don't know where it's at, but parking wise, yeah.
I don't know.
The other thought we talked about too, if we ever were to build or do something, in new extension, which is the old dispatch center, obviously that's an additional parking or our evidence. And the building, there's nothing wrong with that building and there's cameras already on it, but that can be our evidence or our maker box storage facility.
Mhm.
And all you have to do is put some walls in there, but that's way long term. Or parking, because we're gonna have a parking issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something we could do.
The original, obviously, the original drawing doesn't have dispatch where it's currently at, that was parking too, so parking is definitely an issue. And then you talk about jury trials, and there's a lot of parking up here, but over over there, I don't know what you can do.
Be tight. Lots of tight.
Yeah, no, we'll get those soon over.
Please. Yeah, that'd be great.
We're,
Mhm.
yeah, I'd like to talk to you guys sometime about salaries. I don't know when or how, but Clinton obviously has their tax, and I just don't know what to do with our office in the future. So sure, like to talk about that. We're probably $4 or $5. I'll look it up and figure it out. $4 or $5 behind now. So when the other, I didn't always say that the other commissioners were here. That was always intent. That was always the goal, is to stay close with Clinton, and at least we can be competitive with the pay salaries, pay scales. So we knew Clinton was putting that on the ballot, and we all knew that we were going to be a little behind the ball. And you guys gave $1 raise last year, just trying to keep us close. And it was great. Without that dollar, we would
Right,
$6 behind. So I don't know what that looks like for us, but some conversation would be helpful. And I'm not saying it needs to be next year. But,
Well, we need to be
Budget-
coming up
budget
time,
Yeah.
and you're gonna be
Yeah.
getting that this month.
Sure.
Isn't that when
And we're working on it.
passing that?
Huh?
Budgets start worksheets,
November.
November,
It is.
1st November.
And we've definitely spent the last year building our culture,
Yeah.
proactive, community and all that stuff, but
Yeah.
you're $4 or $5 behind, it's still hard. There's people with experience that wanna come work for us, but
Yeah.
they're taking huge pay cuts to try to do that, so it makes it very tough.
Yeah, I can imagine.
That's the problem.
We'll definitely
Well,
have
and
to
we
see.
had just restructured before they passed their tax, so we could keep up with Clinton, and then
Mhm.
they passed their tax, and now we're again
Yeah.
behind.
I think it's just going to get worse because every time, and our 5% is amazing too. So thank you guys.
That's gonna be,
The more we wait, the Clinton's just going to really get worse. Pay wise, it's going to get worse. Anyway, just it helps me to know our long term approach to these things. Yeah, it's all taxpayer money, so we got to be very cautious and look at it the right way.
Right.
yeah. Well, it's good.
We're all over grants.
That can get tight. If grants is what takes, and I don't know the city. But in some of those taxes, what's supposed to be is they do the other things with.
Sure.
That's the problem.
And we've talked about that too.
So the
Obviously,
streets,
I was
they
in
don't
Johnson
take care of
when we did,
streets.
So the city pays out of their police force off of the taxes that they collect. Is that? I mean, I'm trying to.
That's
figure
what
out
they
how
used
it
when they
got-
passed the tax.
Yeah,
That was in
that's what
the
they say.
plan.
It's kind of like fire departments. That's how they
We
got a
call
lot
them a
of.
Prop P. We did one in Johnson when I was there. In the language is
Yeah.
important.
Mhm.
Yes.
But the Johnson County language was for law enforcement salaries and for equipment. So you can't use that for anything else.
Anything
So
else.
when that passed,
Yeah.
they did. They added on additional positions. They added on different pay scales, and then of course there we would look at that here too as a joint SWAT team or a joint. We're going to get some issues when we go kicking in doors. We've talked to Clinton about it. We're working on it, but that's very serious stuff. Anyway, that's what gets you your equipment to be better equipped. So that's what Clinton did when they passed that Prop P. It was for fire and EMS or fire and law enforcement. But they redid their pay scale with it because that money was allotted towards that and equipment.
Right.
So that's our viewpoint, just like it was in Johnson. It's you have to word that appropriately because the citizens, it's a tax, it's a big deal, but that money has to be allotted to salaries and equipment. So our vests we don't have less lethal. That's a big issue. We had an issue in in Windsor. We had to call Pettis County to come over with less lethal.
If you don't mind, what's
Yeah.
that?
Ball guns, beanbag guns,
Okay.
things like that.
So I'll give you 2 instances why this is very. I don't need to take up a lot of time. Sorry.
That's all right.
Okay. So it's a criminal case, so I don't want to talk too much, but we just had a recent one at a hotel.
Yeah.
So that one required us to break the glass and to shoot less lethal through the window, which is CS gas. So we start there before we try to just kick in a door, which requires usually lethal force. So the goal is to pump gas in there, get that individual to come out to us. So there's a standard on what we do in law enforcement. The Windsor one, there was a guy inside of a house that we were negotiating with, had some felony warrants and some stuff going on, so we were trying to get him to come out. But we didn't have anything like that to come into the house. So what the next step is we get our shield and we go in. So now you just ramped it up. Now you went from trying to just stay on the outside and get the person to come out to now you're kicking in a door. We have a shield and a gun, and we have a taser. So that's what we currently do now, gun and a taser. So just overall, in the future, we would like to pair with Clinton and some others to try to have like a joint team. So anytime we execute search warrants or we have a hostage situation or somebody barricaded in the house, we have a set standard. We have gas. Flashbangs is another big thing. Whenever we execute search warrants, you throw a flashbang in the house.
Yep.
So it's just like a really bright light and a really, really strong sound. So as a bad guy, you cover your eyes, you jump down to the ground, you're like, what just happened? That's what they're built for. So when we enter, you're already like,
You got the element of
we
surprise.
call it your
Yeah.
We call it your OODA loop. It messes with your head, and we get in there and get you in custody. So the CS gas we ran out that day too. Thank goodness Clinton had some, but that stuff is very potent. It makes us choke on the outside. We usually require masks and stuff.
Yeah.
Shotguns. You can retrofit your current shotguns into less lethal, so you can put beanbags in there, and like we can just shoot you with a beanbag gun. We did that in Johnson. We actually used it. Guy had a knife, machete,
Yeah, it's like who was that? A lawnmower blade.
and instead of
He was able to hit him in the thigh, and I tell you, it was effective. He threw that thing right in the ground, and he was done.
take them into custody and so forth. So that's our future, is trying to move into less lethal, some different items, getting a team together, which requires a lot of extensive training.
Yeah.
So we can kick indoors appropriately, narcotic search warrants, and fusion of apprehension, stuff like that. We'll get there.
The big thing is just being able to afford it and try to make it, just like we're talking about doing the Justice Center. I think that's what we've been talking, what we can do, or leave everything here and us do something different.
Sure.
But anyway, some of the
Prepared for
things
the next
have
step.
to go, but
Sure.
just like I said, to build a Justice Center, you have to put that on ballot. And if you put everything else, we could be in trouble.
Sure.
Something not gonna pass, that's gonna be the problem.
Well, regardless, we're gonna have to have something when the
Yeah.
jail's paid off and that tax
Yep.
sunsets anyways. We're going to have to pass the tax at that point in time.
See,
You
we-
know, continuing to ask the community for, we need another law enforcement tax, we need another law enforcement tax.
Right.
It's gonna be difficult.
Yeah.
Just saying that's coming,
Yeah.
that's coming soon.
Yeah.
Is it next year or 27?
27,
Yep.
I think is when it is.
Nope, it's some serious stuff. Can only ask for so much.
And that's just with the same bad things at times too.
Sure.
We're fighting again that. Hopefully we can get some money coming in. I think hopefully that'll start here in a year. So,
Cool.
All right.
Everything else good?
everything good.
Just one word.
Yep.
Inventory.
It's almost done.
Okay.
Yep. We got our stuff yesterday and talked about it this morning.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I'm just waiting on a couple of things.
Okay.
There's really not a lot. I'll have it over to you.
Perfect. You just email it to me. I'm fine.
Yep.
Yep.
I got it.
Thank you.
All right.
Most of it done.
Hey, thank you.
I'll see you.
Have a great day.
Good seeing you, bud.
Thank you. This is bigger.
Hang tight, yeah.
Thank you. That's appreciate it.
Thanks, sir.
Thank you.
Step back.
Sorry about the ball team.
Yeah.
Bye.
I wasn't gonna bring it up.
Okay, Mark, quick question. I just printed off that proposal that Gherkin had sent to you. Are they expecting payments?
You won't pay them until they're done.
Okay, that was my
Yeah,
question.
yeah.
So this
That's-
is just our proposal, because I didn't actually have an invoice, and so I just, okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just
Once
making
they're-
notes so that I know.
Once they're finished and we approve it, then
Write me a check.
Just gotta make a file, and I wanted to make sure. So that was a question. Can you pass those down to Mark? Yeah. Jim, this is that, grant that we talked about last week that we was trying to figure out what we had to sign and what we
Yeah,
didn't have to
yeah.
sign.
Did you get figured out?
So yeah. Need you to sign that one. Need you to sign that one.
Is there a tax that is specifically for
Law enforcement.
law enforcement? There is.
It's a sales tax.
It's a sales tax.
I think it's a quarter-cent sales tax.
Yep.
We actually have two.
Mm-hmm.
We have one that's the jail that
Right.
we use to
I
build
knew
the
the
jail. And then since then, we've passed another one that funds the sheriff's office and the prosecutor's
Prosecuting
office.
attorney.
It's for all law enforcement.
Yeah. That it?
Got the first page. Yeah, because we didn't need these because we already have all of this. Oh, no, there's one more.
Oh,
I
Another
knew there was
splash,
one.
Jim?
Huh?
Ready for another splash?
I don't want. I got a couple. This dad.
Your dad?
Yeah, I don't.
You tell me when then.
When? When?
Kelly.
I'm good, thank you.
All right, I'll take the rest of the
I'll
call
float
it
right
out.
out of here if I don't stop.
Mark, water?
You know what? Thank you. Yes, I will.
I'm supposed to have this notarized.
Are you? Sure enough.
I better take that one. Let's see. Well, Whitney, she's done. I'll have
Yeah, good catch.
to- I'll give that all.
And then we'll finish that and get that out of the way. Give me just a second.
So did anybody else go straight to Billy Bob Thornton when they talked about the lawnmower blade?
Billy Bob.
Yeah. I don't remember the name of the movie, but
Sling blade.
that's it.
Yep.
Yep.
I won't do my impersonation because I don't.
But you
I
have
do
one.
have-
Man.
Often quoted with kind of Billy Bob Thornton fans in our house. Often
Can't get
quoted.
me a good Billy Bob Thornton.
Cold Street. Where's my sheet?
There we go.
All right, my turn.
Sure. You guys just got that's so funny. You got a file from me because you were asking, Mark. I sent you a spreadsheet that shows our sales tax revenue for 2025,
Mm-hmm.
and it shows the current taxes that we do have. So it shows the law enforcement tax and then the quarter-cent law enforcement tax, the general revenue. That's what we generate from our sales tax monthly. So you can kind of see the money that we're bringing it from that.
Yeah, I would just hate to see them go to all of this that they're doing. And then because of the pay scale, you're gonna lose people.
Sure.
Yeah.
But that's just it, Clinton didn't have a sales tax like we already had and we're already operating on. And then
Right.
they pass another one. It's going to be a hard sale.
Yeah. I mean, it is, but I mean, what else?
Right. I
What else?
don't
mean,
know.
people got to understand if they're happy with what's going
Right.
on. I mean, services cost any way you cut it. I hate tax. I like to not pay any taxes for anything.
We see that on this side though, but
Yeah, it's hard
it's hard.
to get people to understand.
I
that
mean,
you
not
gotta pay.
only are you, selling to the good guys, you're also selling to
Mhm.
bad guys.
Yep.
You know, when it's something like that and they take it personal instead of logical, maybe.
Right, right.
But we did that. It wasn't maybe 2 years ago. We redid our salary schedule to keep up with to get our sheriff's department
That's-
close
yeah.
to Clinton,
That's what I heard.
and then
Then they did their,
they did their tax. And
yeah.
I mean, is it going to be a match back and forth? Just is this going to be consistent? I don't know. That's where
Well, they started, what, 18?
I don't know what their
I think
starting
it's in
pay
the
is now. I
20s.
think it's more than that now.
Is it?
Yeah. I don't know right off the top of my
So
head.
we're trying to keep up with Clinton. What would be the next closest county?
Johnson?
Well, I mean, as far as our side,
Comparable, like third
yeah,
class county,
yeah.
Probably
Would it be
St. Clair,
Bates,
Bates.
and St. Clair. I got any of those in there.
Benton's coming right up there. Close anymore. They've grown. So
I mean, as much as I hate to say it, I mean, if Clinton raises theirs up to where we can't keep up with it, they're only going to be able to hire so many.
Right.
You know, I would almost gather to think we probably ought to try to keep up with, say, Bates or Benton.
Like county to county.
Yeah.
City.
yes,
Not saying that's a great
because
plan,
Johnson,
but I mean,
you're
it's
not going to
something.
be able to keep up with Johnson either.
No.
Well, Johnson's so much
think-
bigger.
Oh,
and,
my
a lot
gosh,
more
yes.
money flowing through.
You're not
you know?
kidding. There's where a lot of the money comes from. That's something Aaron, I mean, I know it. He brings a lot of stuff, but some of that stuff gets into it.
Mhm. Well, they're
We can't be as big as them.
no, but I mean, they're also
No,
just
you
trying to
gotta
bring
make-
it up
you
to
gotta-
time.
Yeah, you got to
And-
make your pay capable to where you bring quality people.
That's
or
right.
you
Yeah,
keep
that's-
quality.
And you have
That's
to keep
what
your
I
people
worry
safe.
about is
Right,
Yes.
Right.
The equipment and things
Yeah.
like that is
That's safe.
necessary to keep them
Yeah.
safe.
mm-hmm.
Like the non-lethal. For some odd reason, I thought we already had that. You know, to be honest with you,
You know what?
the non-lethal.
Yeah,
I
I
figured
thought
it'd
we
be
did
rubber
too.
bullets or something.
I did
Something
too.
like
I thought we already had it.
Now, I do my best to try to stay away from, those kind of situations by all means.
But I do know all that we're talking, and if you try to float a bond for a justice center, and then if you can, I don't know whether you can put then the sheriff's have a
Hey, on
sales
part of
tax extra. By the time you put all that on there, people say, well, okay,
It's gonna
that.
be
Pretty healthy.
yeah.
that's going to be the problem.
Well, we're budgeted currently
Hmm.
2.7 million in tax revenue just for law enforcement.
Yeah, we're already doing that.
Now, does that also go to pay for the jail, like
Yes.
Yes,
the
that's
inmates and the food,
That's why.
the whole thing?
yeah.
It's all in there.
Would there be a way for the jail to bring in more money?
That's why we contract with
So,
other
yeah.
housing.
But guess what?
But you've got to be competitive in that too, or they just won't house here.
What do we
Yeah.
make per day off of a?
Well, we could
I
rent
can't
out.
remember what that
We
is.
could rent more rooms. Jackie talked about that. But guess what?
You got to have employees.
Well,
Yeah.
not only do you have to have employees,
You gotta
first
have room
off,
for
you got to have
the
rooms.
ones around here.
Our beds are almost full.
Yes.
So
But Henry County's got 80 of them. Or what is it? Some of them.
can we
That's what, one time.
rent our services out to say the federal level?
We do, don't
We do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've
we
heard
don't.
we don't. So
We don't do, no, we don't do federal.
I thought we did at one point.
At one time, it was going to look into it, but
Yeah.
they have to have more people, more deputies,
More people.
and then they have to be able to take them at that instant to where they're going.
The traveling,
I see.
Yeah,
Don't the
and
marshals
Benton
do
County,
that?
now Benton County does that.
I thought the marshals transported.
Huh?
I thought marshals transported, not sheriffs.
Now, sheriff's
Depends
doing
what
it.
it is, I'd say, because I've seen
Yeah.
both
Depends on what you
on the
know.
road
Yeah, 'cause
transporting people.
usually, I thought it was marshals that did transport.
It depends on the.
I'm not going to pretend
I
to
don't
know
know.
because I thought we had federal grade or federal
No.
people over there.
No, we don't have.
Well, the reason I was asking is because I've heard that we
Yeah.
didn't.
No.
Or
Benton
don't.
County See, Benton, Osceola both have federal prisons. In fact, Osceola was built for that. And now that's the reason why we rent rooms to them. And Benton County, now they have so many rooms.
I don't know, they built
They
their own jail,
request.
I don't know.
Yes, but then they have asked now to have so many to keep open for us. I mean, man,
We do rent rooms to St. Clair.
Yep.
Because of their
That's
house
right.
feds.
Yeah.
And so
and their
money to
their
money
beds.
makes them.
Listen, they can make
sense.
money.
I know we're always full.
Yeah.
We're always
And they're doing a great job. It's just
Mhm.
brainstorming.
I don't
Try to
know,
make
but
things
that's
work.
gonna be.
Yeah, maybe instead of the Justice Center, we need to add on to the jail.
Thought about that.
I mean, seriously, if it's
before
your
it's
money
done,
maker,
that's
and-
where it's
and
going to be
you're
done.
gonna have, I'm just telling you, you're going to have a hard time convincing people.
You aren't
put
going
a
to get it.
Justice Center in.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, that's going to be a tough sell.
I don't know if we should try to sell it. You know, to be honest with you.
But I think you could sell the jail if people knew that they were full and loaded up. That would bring in more money, which might. I mean, I don't know how that money has to be used either, but that might also give you an access to more money to pay the people that are the sheriffs.
I don't know. If we was
Because
to,
I know Michael was here before, and he left.
So was Aaron.
Yeah.
Oh,
to-
yeah.
To go to Johnson County to make more money,
Mhm.
then they both
That's
came
right.
out. Aaron talked Michael into coming back.
yeah, no, they there's nothing wrong with it, but there's quite a few that bounce.
So I know
around
that
from pay to pay.
Yeah.
previously, like
Well,
I
no.
said, I wasn't in on these conversations. I don't know what the thought process was, but I know that like the training that we pay for at the academy, so we'll send them through academy, blah blah blah. That was supposed to be a draw that Clinton doesn't do. You know what I mean?
Right.
To kind of offset the pay. Okay, well we don't pay as much as Clinton, but we're going to help you put you through school and
Yeah.
We offer.
So I know that offer was there that.
Do
To
we,
kind of offset that a little bit.
when we do that, do we, I mean, it's like anything, it's like if you go to a truck driving school
Yes.
and the company pays for it,
Mhm.
you have to stay there.
Yes.
They
for
need to
so-
work so many years out,
Yeah, they have a contract over
Okay.
there.
Okay.
and that helps get people in.
Right. That's just a draw that, okay, if I go work here for this many years, then I will get my
Get
schooling.
your schooling done.
So I know that was an incentive that was done to
Yeah.
help offset the pay difference.
Adding on to the jail is one of the reasons I asked Aaron if he could send over first
Okay.
phase to see what's different.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying can do it, should do it, but
You got some room to do that.
it can always go up.
Yeah.
I don't know how well.
Well, that would be the issue. It would depend upon how they structure it and built it.
And then tying all of them in. Because they're all done, handled out of that cell, or that one block. Of course, that can be done. Everything can be done.
I also worry about, since the jail is quote unquote a money pit, we're always sinking money into it. It seems like if we go bigger, are we just making bigger pit?
Are you widening the hole you're throwing it into?
I think yes.
Just keep digging.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, like I said,
That
everything's
would be
good.
where we would need to get cost analysis, or not a cost, but a,
But too many
We would
people
definitely
realize
have to get some
you
research
gotta have
done.
money.
Yeah.
And
maybe that's something we need to start digging into sooner rather than later, so we're not sitting here with our
Oh no, that's
cheeks
been
hanging
fun.
out.
A lot of that's been fun. You
You-
want
you
to try to
got
get
some-
all the income you get.
Yeah, I'm just talking the research part of it.
I
That
know
way
what.
we
do a
can jump
cost
whenever.
benefit analysis on it and see what the good and what the bad. I mean, because there's companies out there that can tell you the best route to go.
That's an interesting theory, but the Schreiber, the old Clearfield plant, sitting back there empty now.
Yeah, he'll want to dump that, but like I said, when you get that, you got one choice. It's got to come down or redo the sprinkler system, and that's 50 or 60 something. I think it's 60,000 what it's going to cost him to fix sprinkler system.
Yeah, and it would be a totally different setup because you wouldn't be able to use.
You couldn't
it way
use the
that it
building,
is. And you're-
so
those jail cells.
Oh,
I mean, we're talking. We've done 4
Yeah.
or 5 prisons.
Mhm.
I mean, they are like there are certain guidelines
yeah.
that.
not like the
that's
old
expensive. Yeah.
it's no ifs, ands, or buts.
No,
Well,
no.
that's just like Chris, the padded room over there at
Right.
the
Mhm.
jail,
Right.
the specialty room. Poor Chris spends so much time in that padded room, just fixing, and to fix it is expensive because it's a specialty thing, and that's just
I can't
one
believe
room, you know.
somebody in that padded jail, that's bulletproof glass thick. Somebody broke it.
They chew the foam off the wall.
Yeah.
I mean, and it's a specialty foam.
Well, all
We
honesty,
worked
there's
in
a reason
one-
they're in that.
Yeah,
We worked in the. They sent me and another guy. Wayne, huge guy that we worked together with. They sent us over to KCK to do the jail in there because some inmate had gone to the bathroom and wiped it all over the walls.
That happens on a daily basis over there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, literally, it almost was because we did one room and then they're moving back in. And as we're doing the next room for the same type of stuff, they're redoing it again. And you're like animals.
Mhm.
So, I mean, they're
no, I don't know the answer, but I do know it's just like us. One of the things that you got to remember, there's paydays.
oh yeah, you got to be able to pay for it.
Everything you do, just like everyone, you raise the prices, raise wages, all that's got to be paid, and
Mm-hmm.
it keeps growing.
Well, and it's got to sustain. It's not just
That's it.
You've got to be able to
Yeah,
sustain it.
That's it.
Yeah.
And that's what you got to worry about on all this stuff. You got.
Yeah, no, I see.
Huh?
I can see it. Kelly, was Dennis planning on coming in? Oh, I didn't know.
I
If you,
better call Dennis.
Dennis, are you coming in?
he
He'll
doesn't
text
have
me in a
to.
minute.
Yeah.
I said he doesn't have to. I just didn't know if he was waiting on him.
He didn't tell me yesterday when I saw him. He honestly said, I just stopped because I drove down Booth Road and I need to
Yeah,
I'm
he
thinking
did.
of this right now. So he was talking about the roads being included on that ordinance.
We never ever did hear back from that. Remember that guy that came in here? He was the developer.
Oh yeah.
Anybody hear him?
Which
No.
one?
Oh, he was gonna build a hotel.
Ski lift kind of thing?
Yeah, right out here.
Yeah.
You're not? Okay.
No. Then
No.
again, he might have got held up
They was wanting to,
getting everything.
but we can do that too. Sounds like you're not feeling good.
Stopping people going.
Oh.
I put a water park in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
They take
Well,
advantage of.
anyway, we was gonna go down, mark that out for that damn, for them,
Like down,
concrete
you get
blocks
down
over there
Lake Ozarks,
for
it's
Barry
like
Bullock.
whatever that is.
So
Splash.
anyway, we can do that.
You know, they used to have
I'll
one
do
in
it
Warsaw.
next week.
Really?
Okay.
Sure.
All right. Bye.
It was off of the dam
He
access
said he
road,
really don't
just
want
right
to. He's
there off
been
of
sending
7.
emails out there.
You go down there, basically right across the road from the entrance to the lumberyard.
Barry, I'll have to wait till
Up there
Tuesday
on kind of
next week.
Okay. But yeah, they had one or two different slides in the, I want to say a small go-kart track called Family Center, I believe. I think it was gone by early 90s.
Oh.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun. But it just didn't take off.
Well, yes, we had 2 bowling alleys here. We had a skating rink here.
Yeah.
We don't have nothing to do. And then they were empty every Friday and
That's
Saturday.
right.
Well, they were selling drugs out of one of them. That was part of the problem. They kept having problems with it, so they
Could've
ended up
been.
shutting it down.
Could have been a
Damn,
benefit for some.
I hung out at him all the time. I never knew that. I mean, I'm not surprised,
Me
but I never knew it.
Me neither. Me neither.
Yeah, it's
Different world what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
forever changing. I mean, hell, we used to Friday and Saturday night, Thursdays, cars lined the square every evening, cruising it. A lot
Rarely
of
got in
gas
trouble.
Well,
Rarely.
yeah, rarely.
There was an issue once in a while, but there was never.
But you knew what it was when you
Yes.
seen one crowd from the east side heading to the west side, or vice versa. Like, oh, I know what's getting ready to happen.
Right now, we got some money in the bank that was saved up. Just like I think maybe the cheapest way around, just thinking about it, is to try to figure out somewhere. If we got one or two ways. We either got to build a justice center or do something there, connect, which is going to be tough to do. And then when we get done, what are we going to do? Or just like us, if we go with over there, and I don't know what they want, the damn bank people, we haven't heard anything. So if they wanted that reasonable, where we could fix it up, that we could use it for, and I'm just throwing figures out, say $1 million or $1.5 million, $2 million at the largest, would be cheaper than anything we're doing. A justice center, or come up with something that we can build, because if whatever we do, then it's major costs. It's just like when he's talking about the old cheese plant, tearing that down.
That'd be expensive.
Oh, you can't believe
That
how
would
high
be
that'd be.
expensive.
And the asbestos in there would be
Mm-hmm.
it's just,
Yeah, you're just finally into that
yeah,
point.
because it's
really.
all covered. Yeah, but it's all covered up. The asbestos, and once you tear it open,
Yeah.
we got all that's got to be taken down. And I don't even.
I think it'd be hard to build into it.
That's
Once
right.
there.
Yeah, we can't.
that
We
Yeah,
just we have
honesty.
no way around it to make it work.
Mm-mm.
Darren's group.
In their case,
Oh, I'd
right
look into
now, the way I look at it, first off, let's figure out
That's big.
what we're gonna do.
That'd be
Either
more
we're gonna
work.
try to
You know, you can
do
turn it
something
into
there.
a Mormon
I'll
center.
try to figure out right
Yeah.
here.
What's the pressure? What's the pressure? Is it the pressure because the bank's gonna sell? Is that the pressure? Is that why all of a sudden that this is like? I'm just curious because I wasn't here when this discussion was being
well,
had.
That's
The
a
big
good question, though.
What's the
Well,
pressure? Why do
probably-
we have to do something right now?
Probably
What's
the
the
biggest pressure we got, the way I'm looking at, we're looking at somebody, we're gonna have to give them some big raises over here, the way it's sounding, because the way he's talking,
No,
get up to where
you're misunderstood my question. What is the
Well,
pressure of
making it
building
Oh.
building or moving out of the courthouse or just that pressure? What is that pressure and why is
Oh.
it here all of a sudden?
that pressure is nothing new.
The only thing I can think of, Kelly, is the
Right.
fact that the bond is.
Yeah.
Is
It's
it the
in
bond?
27.
It's coming due.
27,
We're gonna have
so-
to do something for that.
And it'll be paid off, no
And-
problem.
When it's paid off, then we could possibly look into doing
But if
more. But
You
Now-
could, but we're also sitting here talking about how to even fund our operations. So
Exactly.
even if we
probably
go
wouldn't
for
be a
a
good idea
tax,
to do that.
we need that tax regardless. Period. End of story.
Yeah.
I mean,
But if I,
to
It's-
operate.
Yeah.
my big thing, it's not a necessity, but it's something that we gotta look ahead, at least 3 or 4 years, 5 years. Because in 5 years, all that's gonna really increase.
The only thing I don't, and I agree, I don't think it's like a major
No.
hurry. The only thing I would think that is if, and that's an if, we decided that building over there would work. You are on a somewhat of a timeline because they're gonna sell it. you're also, we decide to do something in 2 years, wherever we buy, if that same place is sitting now, you're gonna pay
Whatever the
20% more
inflation is,
for it just because of the nature of the beast. So I think even if we don't do anything, we need to look at various, because we're going to have to do something sooner or later. We're running out of storage, we're running out of this. We got various issues. We probably need. I would firmly suggest whatever we do a cost benefit analysis with this. It's going to be worth it if we have to pay somebody 10 grand, whatever, to tell us, because we're looking at this as just,
Mhm.
I mean, I got a little bit of construction experience. You were drove in the truck, Jim, you got a door company.
Yeah,
I want somebody that, I don't want to be the guy that comes into this office and makes this decision, and 5 years down the road, everybody's going, "What the hell did you do?"
Yeah, why did you make that?
Yes,
you gotta-
yes. I
I'll
want to make
agree
sure
on
we
the-
have all of our ducks in a row, and we don't make any decisions that are based upon either, we got to do this, or even if we just think this is a good idea. I want somebody that is knowledgeable in that type of a thing to let us know. But in saying that, we do probably need to, because we're going to, even if we do something in 4 years, we have no idea what that building is going to cost. We don't have any idea how much it's going to take to operate that building. We don't know any idea how much we're going to have to build to get that done, because that's not going to be just
Walk in.
we're going to build a wall here,
No,
and we're going to so you're going to hire an architect, which is going to be thousands of dollars right off the bat. I mean, there's a whole lot of issues that we need to discuss and go through before we jump on something.
Yeah,
I guess
agree.
that's
Yeah.
why my question was, we need to
I'm
realize what our pressures are.
We're all
Why
getting-
are we doing this?
You're getting way out of whack with what I'm thinking. I'd say, first off, I like to get the cost benefit analysis. That's automatic as far as I'm concerned. You got to figure out whether it's even feasible.
Right,
But you got to have a thought about what you're going to try to do,
right.
and then look at your options, because the options are, if we don't do something there, then is there anywhere else in Clinton that could
It's got
ever work at? Well, not at that location, not as close to the courthouse as
Mhm.
possible.
Mhm.
That's probably the biggest thing. And if
Mhm.
it's worthwhile, then it is. And what I'm talking about, you got to go through this other stuff. But if you sit here and want to talk about it and you never do anything, and just like, well, we got to do this, we got to do that. Well, we're going to have a cost benefit analysis if you want to look at it, just like building on. And if you want to make that all a jail, it's going to change the whole deal, and that's going to be pricey like a new jail, because getting the controls and everything to go through the walls and to hook into it, that'd be it's going to really be, because it's designed to have a justice center out there back years ago. Now I don't know what they was thinking, because there's a lot of other things, but we don't know what about. But all I'm thinking about is, well, we got to think about right now. And then what I like to look at least 25 years away, that we're going to have to, somebody's going to have to deal with.
Well, we need to decide
You're going to be,
priorities.
I guess that's why I was asking.
Jail? Do we need to do the jail first, or do we need to get
Yeah.
the people out of
Okay.
here first?
all right,
And then whichever one we pick, then go from there.
Well, and in my opinion, I have no experience in construction or doors or driving or truck over the road.
Yeah.
Just from outside looking in financially, the bank being sold is the only pressure right now
Right.
that we can see.
Yeah.
So when that bank comes up for sale, the county says, we might want to do something with that soon. Land in the building itself is an investment, and you're not
Exactly.
going to lose anything if we think
well, we're not sure what we're gonna do
No.
with it yet, but we want that piece of land and we want that building. And it's not necessarily, we're gonna put this there, we're gonna put this there. It's just a simple, we want that building, we
It's
want that
investment.
location. We're
Can
investing
always
in
be
this
sold
land.
later.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
That's a
probably
fine
the
point.
first thing needs
That's-
to be, then we need to find out what they think ballpark
Yes,
they're gonna ask for.
that's
Right.
all I'm after
we're-
right
if
now.
we can
You all
even-
get-
I mean, they may say, we want $4 million for it.
We
At that
aren't getting
point, it's like,
anywhere, Jim. We're
no,
just
thank you.
realizing what we're looking
I
at.
see.
I wanted to know where the pressure was.
Well, that's.
I
it's-
hear
Well,
we
but
gotta do
also gotta
something.
remember, it's
No.
a bank. It's not like it's going to sell
Well, see,
overnight.
and
you
that's
know?
the thing, but that's just it. It's a specialty.
Mm-hmm.
So realtors are all the same. They're going to tell you, oh, it's worth all this. No, it ain't. No, it ain't.
They've. I guess
Well, just like when we sat in the Board of Equalization, a Sonic's not going to sell as quick as
Right.
a building that's just a building because it's
Right.
a specialty building. But it's also a good location in the area.
oh, it's a great
The-
location.
Yeah.
Another bank may consider realizing how much business Hawthorne did there.
And that's a fair
Here's-
point. I didn't think of
So-
it that way.
Here's the way I look at it. You got 2 or 3 things. This all this property is
I mean, it would be great to have,
Oh, it
And-
but I would.
and to me, the land's worth a lot.
Put offices in there.
And to
'cause
me,
I
it's
just don't know
it's
if
good
that's the best thing
investment.
to do.
And then I don't care, but that's something that you really have to think about. What we're talking about. I don't care if it's 20 years down the road. I mean, if there's something you can do with the
What-
bank, fine.
What is that?
But that
That's
is
the
the
bank of
property.
that
That's
extra property.
that's what you're buying right there. Because he said they wasn't splitting it up. And that's all
Which
this
could be completely
from the-
helpful for a lot of different things.
I just felt like there was a lot of things being, and I
No.
just want to know what the pressure, what's
not-
I like
It's
the
not-
way you put it, though. It's a
Well,
good
yeah.
investment. It's not something we've got to
No, I'm
put
not.
something in by any means.
we don't
but
have to shove this through because we're in a
No.
hurry and need something
Mhm.
fixed, but it's an investment if it sells for
But
the
you
right
need
price.
to-
And then,
You gotta look at. You gotta talk to him like you're halfway interested, just like
well,
David.
David thinks we're interested. I mean, we are interested, but I mean, it's depending for how much and
Oh
what
yeah,
we would use it for, kind of deal.
but let's face it, the property's worth quite a bit. As close as it is. Cause I don't know if you look at the old cheese plant, but
I have no interest.
there's
I don't
no
think
way
anybody
that
sitting
that
up here has any
That,
interest in the
that,
cheese
that
plant.
would probably cost you half of what you're gonna try to do with the Justice Center.
oh yes, yeah, it would.
That's the thing about it. It's a big piece of property.
It's
too.
It's there's nothing there.
I mean, yeah. As I mean, if it was Darren and them could get how many as they wanted over there. Although
That just
Yeah,
takes more money.
it takes more money and it doesn't.
Yeah.
That doesn't help the situation.
That,
at all
that,
we've
that
got
really
going on.
doesn't help the situation because the same money is going to be going out no matter how many prisoners. You know what I mean? I don't think there's a big markup in housing prisoners. I guess is what I should say.
No, no.
There's
Probably not.
there's not. You're not making a whole lot of money on each person by the time you output.
That's right. With the day they thought this building's jail, and that's what some of it was sold on. Well, we can rent all these rooms out. And at one time, they was going to have federal prisoners. That's what they was going to try for. Well, then once they got into it, they had all this other expense. Then they backed away from the federal prisoner deal, which a lot of them do it. I don't know why.
I'm gonna catch some heat for saying this,
Uh-oh.
so everybody go ahead.
At least you're prepared.
Yeah, well, I know, because my question is, because I genuinely don't know. We spend all that money to feed those prisoners. how's the sheriff in Florida getting away with feeding them peanut butter and jelly
I have no
sandwiches?
idea. I cannot answer that question.
I mean,
I'm with
seriously.
Kelly. I don't know either.
I mean, and I know that sounds terrible, but seriously, in the 70s, the late to mid 70s, the prison system went, the only classes I took in college, went from punishment to rehabilitation. So I get, I don't want to treat anybody bad, even if you're no good or whatever.
Right.
But, a lot of these guys are in jails and they are in jail and they're living better than they were when they're out on the street.
My guess is that state statute stuff.
And it,
Just
and-
guess.
yeah, and it may be. I just, because I can't remember his name, that sheriff down in Florida. I mean, he puts them out. They're working, whether they learn a trade, whatever. But they're working. They're not just sitting in their jail cells. And they eat, but they're it's none of this really, really extravagant food.
Right.
And I didn't know if that's from the Missouri setting standards.
I don't know. That would be a question for like Aaron and
Yeah.
Jackie, I'm guessing, because they probably got standards they've got to go by.
I'm sure there's some protections and things that through the
Yeah.
state.
Now,
but
as
I
far
don't-
as
I
getting
don't
out
know
there
what
and
they
working,
are.
I don't know the answer to that either. I know whenever I worked for MODI, they would send up incarcerated crew from Fordland
Mm-hmm.
that reported to Stratford every morning, and then they would send them out to different areas. Every now and then they would come up and pick up trash, wash trucks,
Yeah. I've seen that
They
down
still
there.
do that in
mulch
Sedalia, I
trees,
know of.
yeah. And all those guys were on the final part of their
And they were the
sentence.
bad ones.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
they're not necessarily going to run because they're probably going to be released within a year or two,
Mhm.
So I don't know how all that goes. But they didn't eat very good. Like they had a sack lunch.
See that when that's
There's
what
nothing.
that's. I mean, I get. Like I said, I would not treat anybody bad, but you're not in there because you're the premier person to have around you.
Right.
So and I know, I mean, just from seeing those checks that go through, it takes a few dollars to feed everybody over there.
That's why I was curious on how much, and there'd be a question for Aaron and Jackie on how much per day they get from, say, housing one of
What they-
Johnson counties or
Mhm.
Platte counties, whatever, wherever they're coming from, as opposed to
Is it
Federal.
we charging $65 a day now?
Is that what it is, or is
I-
I don't remember.
and
That
is that
seems pretty cheap.
It's
but
not
that's
very
where I'm-
much, and we just went up.
I mean, that seems cheap. That's
Um,
I would question whether that's worth doing. I mean, how's your own? And if people don't want to pay what it costs, to where you could, you've got the risk, you got everything else, then you know what? Find someplace else to put them.
exactly?
I mean, it's your jail. Treat him like an elevator guy.
You come to us for help.
Probably shouldn't have said that one, but
Well, to get in there, find out what we're getting for most of them.
Yeah.
And
I know
One
we
time
had
it was
somewhere,
45.
I don't remember where
that
it's
One
seems,
time
that
it's
just
at. But
seems
it's not
cheap.
very much.
and that's cheap because in the meals, of course, what's our meals? Two or
About
three?
62.
Yeah, but
62.
$3 and something, or then we pay it every. We just pay
They got to,
It's like $6,200.
yeah, but they've got it figured out for how much it costs
Yeah.
per day.
Yeah.
But then you've also got the commissary, the toilet paper, the
Right.
toiletries, and care products, and some of them, like they had one, they basically had to do everything for
Mhm.
over a year.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, go in and clean them up after using
But
the
you
restroom.
can't just say, I don't want that prisoner.
Right. They were stuck
And
with
you
it
can't.
because Department of Mental Health didn't have a bed.
That's some of the,
I think
that's where
what it
some of
was.
the issues coming right now. And that's happening right here too.
Now they did get one of them sent off, and then of course the other one passed away months ago. But still, that took a toll because
Well,
that
yeah.
took somebody,
Specifically,
dedicated.
Mhm.
And the more arrests you make, the more
see, that's the other
it
thing.
just keeps adding up.
Yeah, I mean, they're doing a good job.
Yeah.
So they're just bringing more people.
That's right. And then that loads up more here. And like I say, it's a vicious circle. But the bad thing is there's no more income coming in for it. That's where the issues are.
But that is certainly something that can be discussed around Aaron's budget time. What are we charging for Board of Prisoners? What is it costing us to feed inmates? Those things can be asked.
So is that something we would,
We can find out right now.
You
Man,
can't.
so-
You
when he's
can't do that
talking
right
salary, do we need to talk about that in the salary commission, or is that for budget for them?
That's,
That's their the employees aren't covered under salary commission. That's
No.
just for elected officials.
Oh, okay.
The commissioners ultimately, at the end of the day, for employees, approve the salaries.
Okay.
Kind of, sort of, maybe.
well, yeah, actually, each office holder.
Okay, so the commissioners approve increases to the salaries across the board, but each office holder is in charge of their own
I see.
salary.
It's so much, you give each office so much money
Right.
to operate on. Now, and we learned that when that all started, guess what? A lot of them, they taken all their paper money, everything else, and put it out in salaries. Well, then the next year, what can you do?
Give me more because I spent all mine on salaries and the
That's
raise
it.
fees on it. Now we have to come up with the extra because they didn't do their salaries properly. I mean, you don't have to, but
What did they give the last time?
what was the raise? Was it
5%.
5%?
I thought it was 5%.
I think it might
Yeah.
have been 5%.
Yeah.
Cost of living raise.
That is through the salary commission.
No, the
That's the
commissioners.
commissioner.
Oh, for the employees. Okay. Sorry, keep me caught up here.
I'm new to the salary commission. I wasn't privy to that before. So this is all new to me.
Well, y'all have Rick will be. I won't be able to be there. I gotta be gone.
All right. We'll do what we want.
Well, I will. Guess what?
I'm
I
new
don't
to
have
it.
it.
I have
I'm
no
just
idea.
a vote because what you have to do in the salary commission, once y'all get, she brings a meeting to order, and then it's up to the salary commission to elect a chairperson right then. That's who runs the deal, and then you vote on whatever, what y'all gonna do, and that's for the elected officials.
But there are laws that you have to follow.
Yeah.
You can't go over this. You can't go over.
Oh,
you can't
okay.
just be like every elected official
No,
in the
no.
county gets a $10,000 raise next year.
No,
There are certain
Guidelines.
percentages
Well-
and guidelines that you have to follow. Or this is
And that's
what
just an
this is what I'm learning.
just like
Right.
years ago, one of the things there, and then all of a sudden, then's when you got into the prosecuting attorney, then their salary is tied to the judge and that, and then you got laws that you have to follow. Then the next thing is just like the sheriff's salary. All of a sudden
It's
that
also
jumped
not
in,
in here. That's
and that's
done by the
regulated
state.
with the state. I mean, they tell us how much you're gonna pay for.
I see.
on those two positions.
Right.
And then
But
the rest
like
of them,
for the rest of it, the rest of the county officials, you can't take more of a
no, you
increase
can't take
than
a
you
big,
give to your employees.
no.
So I mean, there's
That's right.
rules and
They keep you in line.
yeah.
Yeah.
and
Okay.
you'll have, Scott's been in many times. Rick would be good. That's probably who I'd want as chairperson starter because he knows it. And
When's
not,
that?
It's not hard.
The
16th
16th.
of October. Believe me, I know.
Okay, I got it.
But anyway, and it's good.
On Happy Bosses Day.
Is that what day that is?
No
I
better
guess
day.
it is.
Yeah, you should have it down already, don't you?
Well, I got it written down on this one. I
Yeah.
better write it down. One
What
here.
time is it gonna be?
2,
2:00?
Yep.
right here.
Yep.
Like I said, I'm just kind of learning all of that.
If it's morning, I'll be all right.
We had to
I
work
think-
with the courts.
Yep. Cause see, she's gotta bring it to work. The circuit.
Well, and not only that, Lucretia's a member of the, no, she's not. She's prosecutor.
Mhm.
The coroner. It's everybody but the prosecutor and the judge, right?
Well, the prosecutor really anymore, all theirs is directed there.
Yeah, they're not
But
members
then-
of the salary.
No. But still yet they vote.
Yes.
And these are.
So they
yearly-
are members of the salary commission.
Yes, they are.
get a vote, but their salary's not
That's what the big half,
decided.
and that's been
what it
talked
is.
about down and back in different places. Why is the people that don't have
Doesn't
anything to
affect.
do with it vote on?
The commissioners, the county clerk, recorder, sheriff, assessor, collector, coroner, public administrator, prosecuting attorney. The statute
Is-
on that is 5333, if you guys wanna, do some
Yep.
leisurely reading and learn about the salary commission.
Okay. 53.3.
50.333.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm done. I think. I don't think I have anything.
Do we want to go through those files for Whitney real quick?
They already did. while
We're
you
already
were in the
done.
bathroom.
Where was you asleep? Thank you. He was in the bathroom.
Well, that's good because I'm
Mark-
got to the point I got to
Mark
head there
jumped in
again.
there and
They
done
said,
all,
"We don't care
all
what
by
Jake
himself. He
thinks,
whizzed
you're gonna
out there.
approve these."
That's teamwork makes the dream work.
There's
All right. Then do I entertain a motion?
I'll make a motion, we adjourn.
I'll second.
Motion been made, seconded, adjourned. All in favor, say aye.
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 Motion carried.